Welcome to the show where we try to navigate the wild and wonderful world of fatherhood. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, as always, is my best man and co-host, Dan, and we are first-time fathers.
Well, hello. Glad to be here. I'm excited to spread the little bit of knowledge that I do have in the 8.5 months that I've been doing this fatherhood thing.
Yeah, you are about a year ahead of me. I have a wife who's 4.5 months pregnant, due in August, and I have been leaning on Dan a lot for now what? But that's the reason that we wanted to start this podcast in the first place. There is not a lot of resources out there for men, for fathers. There's a lot for women, and some of that transposes, but us men don't really get the love we deserve as far as parenting advice.
It's true. As you said, you're coming up on your firstborn, and I'm 8 months in, and we're not the professional psychologists and pediatricians, but we're a couple people living it, trying to share what we do know and what we've learned in the time that we've had.
Yeah, and we definitely don't have all of the answers by any stretch of the imagination. So we're going to be learning right alongside all of you guys out there. And we're going to bring on dads with more experience and some experts to help us and all of you out there learn what it is to be a father. Dan, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I work in the CAD field right now. It's worked in the auto field. I'm doing dunnage now, and it's basically shipment material. I work 11, 12 hours a day and come home to the best family I could ever ask for. My wife is the wonderful Liz, who is the primary caregiver of Felix, really, our son. She's a stay-at-home mom, and she's been the greatest person I have ever been with. The greatest person I could have ever asked to raise a family with.
He's not kidding. They're fantastic. I've regrettably not been able to meet Felix yet in person. The last time we saw them, my wife and I got married, and Dan was my best man, and Liz was 8.5 months pregnant. Like, her dress could barely hold the baby in. Like, it was...
He thought the dancing was going to pop this kid out. Like,
it was a concern. We had contingencies. I had backup best man. Like, it was great, but she held it together for another few weeks, and then Felix decided to grace the world with his presence, which it was great for the wedding, but sad for me because I was really hoping to be able to meet Felix. I am Ryan. I work currently in moving, so I'm working a lot of hours. Last week I worked almost 100 hours. But a lot of changes are being made in my life, and getting more into the sales side of things. So I should be on a better schedule to be able to be here for my wife once the baby comes. And I am from Michigan, where Dan still is, currently living in Vancouver with my wife, Dinara, and she is 4.5 months pregnant. We are 21 weeks away from having our first son, and I've been trying to learn about being a father, but it's really difficult to find things that aren't geared towards women. But Dan, what are you most excited about as far as this podcast? What are you most excited about bringing to the table?
Well, I love talking. So what better way to talk when I get to talk about my favorite thing, Felix?
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
I am most excited about being able to talk about what I have experienced and what I have learned from my wife as she has done this, and what I have learned about myself and about how to navigate parenthood. No amount of books, no amount of reading really did much for me. Everything was just, okay, that's new. Or, this is how you do that. I guess we deal with that now. Everything was new, and I am very excited to have an outlet to talk about these things with somebody with a like mind, somebody who's experiencing or going to be experiencing the same things, and be able to try to help others understand what's coming or what is or is not normal in parenthood. So kind of take that burden off of people, like, oh no, this isn't happening. Oh, my baby is behind on the schedule. You're fine. right? I want to be able to express that to people so that they don't have to worry like, oh no, and just things like that, little things like that.
Yeah, for me, the biggest thing is being able to learn from your experiences, from the experiences of the people who we plan on interviewing, and to try to be as prepared as possible, because right now I am calm and cool and collected on the outside, obviously, but I am freaking out a little bit. I've been wanting to be a father since I was like 12 years old, but I never in a million years was like, I'm going to be a father. And now that it's actually happening, I'm like, crap. like, what do I do now?
We done.
Yes. I just don't know. So I'm super excited to be a part of this community of people and be with you, Dan, and learn that we're not alone. All you guys out there who are fathers or fathers to be, or even just curious about becoming a dad or considering taking that step into fatherhood, you are not alone. We're always taught to bottle up our emotions and, be real men, whatever else. But even just living with a pregnant wife can get emotional. One minute you forget that you even have a pregnant wife. It's a Tuesday, and then turn a corner, and then all of a sudden it hits you, and you're gonna be a dad, and it's like, oh, like my stomach's flipping just thinking about it.
One of the greatest things about that feeling is, so far, it doesn't go away. I'm not even kidding, right? So I ran into that a lot, where you just have these thoughts of, my wife is pregnant, I'm going to be a dad, we're going to have a kid, right? And 8.5 months in, I still have the thoughts. I'll be staring at Felix. This is our son. We're not babysitting. This is our son.
He's here forever.
This is forever. Oh, no. But you have those moments of just, for me, it's been a wonderful feeling of just, this is our son. This is our kid. We get to see this kid grow. We get to raise this kid. And it's the same feeling of that you're running into now, where you turn a corner and it's like, I have a kid on the way. Like, oh, my wife, it's the same feeling, and it's just, it grows with you. And it's wonderful.
That's awesome. That's really awesome, because sometimes it's just, I'm scared. Sometimes I'm beyond excited and elated to just have a pregnant wife and just see her grow. I'm just really excited for the future to come, and for this podcast, this channel, this brand to grow alongside both of our kids and us, and how we grow as parents and friends and fathers and husbands and partners. That's what I'm most excited for, is just to see how we all grow together, and this community, like how that we want to build, for that to grow with us. For all of you dads out there who just want a place to be a dad and have feelings, here's the place. Yeah, don't be surprised if one of us starts crying on here. Both Dan and I are saps. But we don't plan on stopping at this podcast, though. One thing that I'm really excited to do, especially when my son is born, and Dan already has the test subject, but is to create how-to videos. Because there's a lot of things that I didn't even know you needed to do as a dad until I started talking to people to plan for this podcast. Even just how to change a diaper. Like, I've changed diapers before on my nieces and nephews, but not a lot of people have. Or swaddling a baby. I don't know how to swaddle a baby. I know you're supposed to do it. Why are you supposed to swaddle a baby? It makes them feel like they're in the womb or something. There's all sorts of things that I'm still learning about that Dan's probably just sitting there. I can see his smug grin. He's like, I know everything.
Know everything.
But no, this channel is just going to be a wealth of information for new fathers out there. So please stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell. If you want to know what it's like to be a father, whether you have a pregnant wife or you have a newborn son and you're like, what am I doing? Or if you're just curious, you're welcome here.
We want to hear your stories.
Yes.
We want to talk with you. We want to hear what you have to say, and we want to help where we can, and we want to learn where we can.
Yeah, give us your questions, because even if we don't know the answers, somebody out there will, and we will find the answers for you, and we will create episodes about these things. We'll talk to experts. I want to talk to pediatricians, and I want to talk to even like couples counselors who deal with the effects on relationships after a baby's born. That's an entire string of episodes.
Oh yeah.
So stay tuned. You're in the right place. Just like this channel, we are first-time fathers, and we are excited to be on this journey together.
You all take care. We'll see you soon. Welcome.